Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you a morning weather report from, weather, water, and trail chatter from Blairsville, Georgia, mile 31 of the Appalachian Trail. And Mary's going to start off with the weather and water, and then we'll move on to some trail chatter. All right, Mary, go ahead and take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Right now in Blairsville, it is 58 degrees and mostly cloudy. We're looking at a high of 67 today. We're going to have some scattered thunderstorms developing this afternoon, and the winds are going to be 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and there is a 40% chance of rain. Tonight, it's going to be 54 degrees and windy at times with thunderstorms likely. Locally heavy rainfall is possible. A few storms may be severe, and we're looking at 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. The chance of rain is 100%, and 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected. Today up on Blood Mountain, highest mountain on the Appalachian Trail here in Georgia, we're looking at a high of 62 degrees with a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 9 a.m. It is going to be mostly cloudy. There is 20 to 25 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 40 miles per hour and a 30% chance of rain. And then tonight we're looking at a low of 53. It'll go to 57 overnight. We're looking at showers and thunderstorms between 7 p.m. and 4 a.m. And then we are going to have some clouds with some storms that could possibly be severe and produce heavy rain. Then we're looking at 25 to 30 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. There is a chance of 100% rain, and there is 3 to 4 inches of rainfall possible predicted. Now, another thing that I want to touch on here, Blairsville and the trail does have wind advisory. Here in town in Blairsville, we're looking from 11 a.m. on Saturday through 5 a.m. on Sunday, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 30 or 40 miles per hour, can be higher over 2,000 feet of elevation. And same thing with the trail, we're looking at that starting this morning at 3:29 a.m. going through 5 a.m. tomorrow with 10 to 20 mile per hour winds and gusts to 30 to 40, and also again higher gusts possible at over 2,000 feet. Make sure town, trail, wherever you are, check for those falling limbs. Watch for trees when ground gets saturated. There's heavy winds. Branches, trees, everything can come over. Watch for the power lines if you're in town or you have power lines around you anywhere. We want to be safe out there. Water is good on the trail, and you should have no problem whatsoever finding it and filling up. Donald, what else do we want to touch on today?
All right, so I was over here looking at a bunch of stuff, actually.
Okay.
Looking at the mega blizzard storm that's coming down from the northeast, midwest, or whatever,
Everybody's
man.
getting hammered with something.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Well, all right, guys. So we won't worry about the Northwest right now. Let's worry about what's going on in Georgia.
That's right.
And so today, man, I'm going to start with the through hike registration. And for Nobos, we're looking at 2,188. And it actually jumped up once since a couple hours.
It did.
Man. So when I flicked the computer back on from when she wrote this down a couple hours ago, it jumped up one person. So it was 2,187. But it's now 2,188. And so flip-floppers, I believe we went up 3 from yesterday. I believe it was 111 yesterday, so we're up to 114 today. Sobos, we're looking at 4. Last few days, man, we've been bringing people into town. There is a storm watch going on. It's been kind of... it's been up and down on when it's going to hit, if it's going to hit, or how it's going to hit. And so we're looking at tornado weather, hurricane weather, hail, rain, snow, everything above.
Right.
And, you know, it's tornado season anyways. And Georgia, we get hit with tornadoes, believe it or not. And even in the 90s when I lived in South Carolina, there were touchdowns over there too, man. So it's not something out of the... It's not out of the ordinary. I don't know how to explain it.
I think that if the hot and cold and all the weather conditions are just perfect, it's going to happen no matter where you are.
Right, but it happens here is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
But it's not a normal occurrence, but it does happen every year. So it's not like it happens all through the year, though. It just happens during a certain time when it's cold and hot. We get the tropical weather pushing up, and summer or spring and summer trying to push in, and winter's still coming from the north. We've got that mixture of weather right here, and as the weather and everything's changed over the years, man, I believe that Georgia has just become part of that area that's part of the tornadoes now. And so that's just how I feel about it, what I've seen, man. So
I agree with that.
but that all being said, man, we've been bringing people into town, man, and lots of people are just waiting it out, really, man. And actually, we just got a phone call during the middle of our last session.
Right.
This is our second time trying to do this, and so we got a phone call during the middle of it. Usually during text and stuff, we can let them pass, but the phone call, I answered, and they were trying to get off trail. They were at Hawk Mountain trying to get off trail, and we just don't have the time this morning.
That's right.
We're booked up solid, so I passed them on to Brett and Jeff. And so, but anyways, people are running from the trail right now, and we've been bringing them in town, and so the towns and hostels and stuff, and probably today will be a really busy day for that. So definitely people are paying attention to the
Yes,
storm.
they certainly
It
are.
is.
They certainly are.
It's definitely it's something you want to watch out for. You don't want to be caught out there in the woods, man, when it's coming in hard.
That is right.
We will come out and grab you though, man. Okay, and so we do have, what is this, high fire danger?
Yeah,
What
they
you got
still have
going
the
on
high
there?
fire danger going on in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. High fire danger, burn ban continues. Absolutely no campfires, no grills, nothing like that. If you're out there on trail hiking, use your burner. Make sure that you watch that too, because anything can fly through and catch it. You get some leaves, got
That's
some
right,
paper,
dude.
got
Yeah,
anything going through
definitely.
and snag it. So just that burn ban is still going on.
All right, and what's this here?
441 Newfound Gap Road, the Foothills Parkway West, which is the new section, and Cherokee Orchard Road. They are all closed right now because of the high wind warnings with the storm that's coming through and everything. So they take preparation ahead of time, and they shut down, and they just prepare for the high winds to come through, because it does get pretty heavy up there, all of these mountain areas, and especially if you have the higher vehicles, they say extra caution, because I guess it can catch it.
Sure,
and
yeah, and
toss
flip it over, man.
I do know just for myself over the years, whether we've been driving the Subaru or the RAV or any of our vehicles, going up across 64 heading towards Franklin, you get up towards Winding Stair Gap up in there on your way up. I have had my vehicle pushed around just with some of the lower winds, so I could imagine where you get these higher winds that you're really going to encounter some danger. So they're just
Definitely.
taking these precautionary measures to keep everybody safe.
Sure, man. Sure, I totally get it, man.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
And so, see what we got going on here. So, let's go ahead, and I just want to say this. I like to say this, man, is Wahoo's rafting service is going to be we've said this the last couple days, but I'm going to say it again, man, for people that are just tuning in. Wahoo's rafting service will begin on 3/17, and they're going to go through until 6/15. They'll be open 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Use Roadwalker shuttle at other times. Children, dogs,
With parent and owner, they're welcome. Just in case anybody's concerned about getting with a dog in the
dogs,
raft. As long as it's with the owner, you're good to go. Same thing with
Sweet.
children. If they're with their parents, they're good to go.
Sweet. And then, what do we got here?
Oh, well, yesterday, at the end of February, I
yeah.
picked up a hiker that was out here for the through hike attempt. And I picked them up at Hogpen Gap and got them back down to Atlanta. They were going back home to Virginia. And they are back now. They came back yesterday with their husband, but they've modified the hike. They're out here for a full month. And the hope is to get to Hot Springs. And they're just going to enjoy the journey along the way. So that's the goal. But whatever happens in between, they are up for. And they're
Sweet.
super excited to be here. So
They're nice people
Yeah,
too,
they
man.
are
She
very,
called me
very nice.
on the way up yesterday. She was on the phone, and we talked for a while, and I said, and then of course you got to pick them up. But I put people's names in my phone, so when you call me, I already know who you are. I know where I picked you up. I know when I picked you up, because it's already in the phone. I know if you're paid or not paid. I do that for my own personal reasons. So I know I got people from 2018. I'll pick the phone up and say, "Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?" They're like, "Dude, you got a killer memory." It's like,
Yeah. That's
no, I got your name in my phone, man. Oh yeah, March 15th, we picked you up at Neil Gatman and brought you. And I do that with a lot of people. Sometimes I don't because I don't have the time to do it, but most of it does. And most of it is marked. And so, so, anyways.
Yeah, it was super exciting.
It was nice to see her name pop up, man. And then I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "Hey." And definitely they drove in at 3 and Mary scooped them up and they're back on trail now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm super happy to see them again too, man. I honestly didn't think that she would come back, dude, because she was actually the one where we had a vehicle breakdown, and we needed to modify it, and had Brett Eady of Such as Hiker Shuttles or AT Hiker Shuttles. Brett actually assisted us and went over and scooped this person up and brought them up to Hog Pen Gap to meet us, where we had another rider where we had to combine the rides. It was supposed to be 2 separate rides, but Jordan Starter went down in Atlanta. And so this person was actually part of that. It didn't really mess anything up. There was no time. Everything was actually still on time. We had to have Brett pick her up and then bring her over to meet us. And Brett actually did a wonderful job. He stayed with the hiker and made sure everything was good. And when she came back, she definitely called and used us once again, which was awesome. And so I feel good about that, man, actually, man. So yeah, most definitely. And so that's super cool, man. But it's nice to see people come back, because people will say they come back and you never see them again, man. All right. And then you had your first day with the running tires. Did you like that, dude?
They were sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
I love them. They're awesome. They're fantastic. I love Jordan's eyes when he saw them. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get some of those."
I've been telling, well, dude, that's what that Rav needs, man. He's putting those diggers on there, bro.
They are awesome tires, and I love them.
And so yesterday we also came off. We all took the day down I took everyone off road. I told everyone to come home after their rides. So everyone was back here by 2:00, and we did that because everyone needed a break. Jordan had been on road, man. I could hear it in his voice, and I was just like, and years ago I learned a lesson, and that lesson was taught to me the hard way, because I'm a hard-headed dude. But I learned that you cannot continue to push people in yourself, man. And the money doesn't matter. That money doesn't matter, man, when you're sick and unhealthy and everyone around you is unhealthy. And so mentally, physically, whatever, dude, it's just not healthy to do that. And so I learned the hard way. I pushed myself over the limits. I was 127 pounds, losing hair, just out of my mind. And I shut down for 1.5 years or so, man. And Mary and a few other people had to continue to take care of our business. And I sort of just sat back, and I'd run myself into the ground. And I was running people around me into the ground too. And so because I was so fixated on making money and building this business and building other businesses and just never being, I don't know how to explain it, man. I had been places that I just didn't want to go back to. And this place saved me, and I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose that. And I felt like if I stopped, that I was going to lose it. And so what I did was I made myself unhealthy and everyone around me unhealthy and pushed everyone away. And I've learned now, it took that beating, man, and that lesson. But I learned now that it takes time to build, and you can't have everything at once. And it just slow and steady is the best, is the solution to a healthy business, and to have people around you that are healthy. And myself, because if I'm not healthy, the business isn't healthy, because I'm part of this business. Mary and I are the business, and Jordan and everyone around us, but it starts right here. And so if this isn't healthy, nothing else is. Right. And so yesterday we pulled people off road, and I said, we're going to stop here. We're going to come home. We're going to eat. I don't care what you do. You're not going to drive. And we turned away cars or drives or rides or whatever. And so everyone got their little bit of time, even though we didn't get to sleep or do that stuff, we still got to come home, eat, rest, and step away from the phones. We still scheduled stuff and took care of people, of course. But it wasn't no one was on the road. We did have a couple shuttles in the afternoon that needed to be taken care of and some mail that had to go out, blah, blah. But it wasn't along with the rides, because we would be doing that stuff too with the rides and everything else. So we took the rides out and said, this is, we got to still do this stuff, but let's take it easy, slow and steady. And I learned that is something that we have to do. Everyone needs a break, or, you'll drive yourself insane. So we took yesterday off early, and then
I feel great today.
yeah, I feel much better, dude. And, Sly's down at the shop. He's been down there. So if anyone needs to stop in, he's down there, man. I know some people are stopping in today or tomorrow. And so, yeah, definitely, guys. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, sweet. So we're going to end it here, man. We've got some stuff to do. We're late this morning, man. So we got some people that are, Jordan's going to head to Atlanta and Mary's heading to DeKalb.
Yes.
And this dude's actually going to walk the 6 mile because it's not open yet. Or it's 5 miles from gate to parking area.
Yep.
So he'll walk the dirt road. I guess he's done it before, so he doesn't care. What's an extra 5 miles, man, when you're out here hiking? It's a nice hike, too.
Yes, it is.
All right, guys. If anyone needs anything at all, we're here for you. One love, man. Peace. Thank you.